If you are trying to figure out how to save your marriage from the brink of divorce, then this is the video for you. My name is Kimberly Holmes, and I am the CEO of Marriage Helper. And at Marriage Helper, we have worked with thousands upon thousands of marriages to help situations just like yours. The majority of people who come to us are the people where their spouse is wanting out, they're wanting a divorce, or a divorce has already been filed. And we still have an amazing success rate at saving those marriages. In fact, we have a couples workshop that has over a 70% success rate at saving marriages, even if one spouse has already filed for divorce. But we can help you even before that in what we teach. And I'm going to be teaching you today the top 3 things, the top 3 steps that you need to follow in order to give your marriage the absolute best shot of being saved. Now, keep in mind that at Marriage Helper, everything we teach and say is research-based, time-tested, and experience-proven. All of those 3 things combined make what we teach powerful, and we want to share it with you because we are on a mission to support, save, and strengthen marriages to last a lifetime. At Marriage Helper, we want to see divorce stop. We want to see healthy and happy marriages grow and explode exponentially because we believe that when we have healthy marriages in society, we begin to see change everywhere else. So what is it that you can do to save your marriage? Here is step 1. Stop push behaviors. There are things that you are doing now, even though you don't mean to, that are inadvertently pushing your spouse away. And we actually have an acronym for push, and these outline the 4 types of behaviors that you are probably doing that is ultimately making things worse. And here's the thing, you have good intentions. Likely what has happened is your spouse has come to you, told you that they want out or they're unhappy or they want a divorce, and you have reacted in a very strong emotional way. A lot of times, most of the time, it is that you have started crying, pleading, begging, maybe following them out of the house to their car, trying to take their car keys back, crawling on your knees and begging them to stay, to not leave, to stop the divorce. Your intentions are good, but that is just pushing your spouse further away. Here are what the push behaviors are. Number 1 is the P stands for pleading, begging, whining, and crying. It's okay to have emotions, and we're not saying that you need to learn to be a statue. However, we are saying that when you are overly emotional to a spouse who already wants to be away from you, it's only going to push them further away from you. It's okay to cry. It is okay to have people that you go to that can be a support system for you and to vent to them, which you need to really make sure you pick the right people and not share all of the dirty laundry because people may start telling you need to divorce and just let them go, and that's not going to be helpful. But you do need people that you can go to and share those emotions with to vent them, but it doesn't need to be your spouse right now. You need to try and be as kind and calm and gentle towards them as possible. That's the only way that you're going to have a chance to get them back. The U stands for unengaged. On the flip side of this, sometimes people just completely unengage from their spouse when they say they want out. This a lot of times goes back to attachment styles, and if someone has a dismissive attachment style, they're more likely to do this. I won't get into that in this video. But if you're unengaging and hoping that your spouse will see you stepping back and being more aloof, that is going to be what attracts them back, that's not it either. It's not this no contact that a lot of other people on YouTube are talking about. It doesn't work. It's manipulative. So stop doing it. It's going to push them further away. The S stands for starting unnecessary fights. Again, in this same vein, you're so angry that this is happening and you feel like you can't get your spouse to talk to you any other way. So you may start jabbing, provoking, texting things to them. I can't believe you're doing this. Why did you spend $50 at Target the other day? Doing things that you know is going to make them angry, but you're willing to do it because at least they'll be talking to you, or at least they'll see that you're angry and maybe they'll start feeling bad about what they're doing. That doesn't work either. And then finally, the H stands for hovering, tracking, following, any types of those behaviors that are going to come across as controlling. Also going to push your spouse further away. If you're trying to break into their email or their social media to see who they're talking to or what they're doing, if you try and put a GPS tracker in their car, it's only going to push them further away. I'm not going as deep in this video into the whys and the psychology behind all of that. If you want, you can visit more of our YouTube videos to find out more of that. But here's the bottom line. Don't do the push behaviors. So what do you do instead? Step 2 is you begin to work on yourself. At Marriage Helper, we call it the pies of attraction. Physical, intellectual, emotional, spiritual. That's what stands for pies. And that is our way of saying you focus on controlling you because you are the only person you can control. You can't force your spouse to stop the divorce right now. It's only going to push them away. You can't control what they're doing, where they're going, who they're doing things with, and how much money they're spending, but you can control how you react to the situation and how you take care of yourself. So start focusing inward. Become the best that you can be physically. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, that you're eating right, that you're exercising, that you are feeling the best that you can for your age and situation in life. Intellectually, do something to get your mind off of what your spouse is doing and start focusing on things that interest you, taking up a new hobby, continuing classes online. Maybe it's finishing a bachelor's degree you always wanted, doing something that is going to engage your mind so that you don't just sit around and worry all of the time. Emotionally, ask yourself, what can I do that evokes positive emotions within other people? And do more of that. Be there for your kids. A lot of times when you end up with the children in the middle of a separation or divorce, it can be very easy to hibernate, to even isolate from the children because you're experiencing all of this grief and you feel alone. Find that support system you need emotionally in order for you to evoke positive emotions in your kids. Or also, don't forget, you still want to be able to evoke positive emotions within your spouse when they come back around. But that's only going to come from you being the best that you can be. And then spiritually, be sure that you are living in line with your beliefs and values. Don't go searching on Tinder for a one-night stand to get back at your husband or wife for what they're doing. Don't start violating your beliefs in order to get revenge on someone else, because ultimately, you're going to feel really crappy about yourself, and it's still not going to make your spouse want to come back. So that's step 1 to recap is stop doing things that push your spouse away. And step 2 is start working on yourself and becoming the best that you can be. So what is step 3? Acknowledge that you shouldn't have to do this alone. It is not natural, not normal for us to know how to handle these situations. We react out of fear, out of emotion, out of all of these feelings of feeling overwhelmed and lonely and confused and not knowing what to do. And unchecked, that leads us to make some pretty poor decisions when we're in this kind of situation. Surround yourself with a community of people who are for your marriage and realize that it's okay to not know all of the answers right now. That is why we at Marriage Helper have a whole load of different things that you can do to engage with community and actually save your marriage. We have a Save My Marriage course that comes with the full set of things that you need to do and understand in order to save your marriage. And it also comes with a community of people who are going to be there for you, cheer you on, and be there for you even when things don't go the way you expected, and encourage you to get back up and try again. And it also comes with weekly group support calls led by our Marriage Helper certified coaches, where you can ask your specific questions and hear other people's specific questions and hear how the coach would encourage those people and maybe even you to react differently in that situation. Because we at Marriage Helper know that 80% of what we teach, our research-based principles, are going to apply, and that's going to give you 80% of what you need. But the other 20% is going to be unique to your specific situation. That's why we've created this Save My Marriage course with all of these built-in elements. It gives you the research-based principles you need in the videos that it comes with. It gives you the community support of the people that are in it as well. And it also has the weekly group support calls where you can get that unique perspective from a coach who sees it from a different perspective than you. So when you understand that you can't do this alone, then we have a free resource for you. It is our free mini course on how to get your spouse back. I go further in detail on all of the things that I've mentioned here of how to stop the push behaviors, how to work on yourself more, and even introduce some other new concepts for you, such as how to communicate differently with your spouse through a process that we call smart contact. You can start learning about all of those things in our free mini course, which you can tap the screen now in order to join that free mini course, where we will teach you these research-based principles that will get you moving on the track to save your marriage. So remember, stop pushing. Stop doing the push behaviors. Start working on yourself to become the best you can be. Acknowledge you can't do this alone, but there are people who are here to help, and Marriage Helper can help you. Join the free mini course, and we would love to get you started on the path to save your marriage, because we believe that there is hope.